Hey guys, StandardVR back with your daily Pokemon battles. We are on the Regulation J ranked ladder with a really cool Sun Core from That's a Plus One. If you haven't tried Volcanion, I highly recommend it. We got a Grassy Seeds to pair with that Rillaboom, get the defense boost, and obviously Solar Beams and Heat Waves to pair with Groudon. And you know, Volcanion's got that nice, water absorb, so you don't really have to worry about like water attacks. But Miraidon's a big bully, but that's why we have a Groudon, right? So they have plenty of fake out support. They can go TR with that crest, weirdly. Also, probably Flying Terror, Roaring Moon next to an Earthquake, Great Tusk. Haven't seen Great Tusk in a minute in Regulation J. Or VGC, really. What we can do, we can go Rilla, Groudon, bring the Volcanion in the back, and probably bring the Flutter, really kind of check that Miraidon. The Sun kind of does help out their Proto guys over there. That being said, Incineroar is not bad either. What Terra are we on? Ensign, Ghost. Yeah, I still like this core. I think we do have to fight the terrain wars a little bit and hope that Roaring Moon and Great Tusk don't just kind of roll us over. Alright, there's a Crest Roaring Moon. They can go Tailwind, they can go Trick Room. We can't really hit him with the Groudon with that Crest, because I'm assuming that's Flying Terra, Acrobatics, Roaring Moon. Which I don't love, but here we are. Obviously, we don't really get to see exactly what kind of Roaring Moon this is, because it is, in the sun, so we don't see if it's boosted or not. So we're just going to go ahead and fake out and get a bulk up off on this Groudon. Does a lot of damage. Roaring Moon, not the greatest defensively. Alright, let's see what this Crest is going for. Just a light screen. Cool. Probably doing that to kind of mitigate the Flutter main that they're assuming is in the back. I actually don't hate throwing off a U-turn. I think into the Roaring Moon. I'm going to kind of ignore the Cresselia for a little bit. I'll go ahead and get another bulk up off. There's the Acrobatics, but you didn't Terra, so you're not going to take out the Rillaboom. Getting big on big with this Groudon. It should do quite a bit of chip to this Roaring Moon, because Reflect is up now. It's a fast Cresselia. That's still a lot of damage into Roaring Moon. So now we can come in with Volcanion, get that big defense boost, and we are sitting pretty with, very big defensive options. And I do think that we just kind of go for Heat Wave. They could have Earthquake on that Roaring Moon. We're going to protect once. And throw off a P-Blades. I know we can't hit Crest with this, but Heat Crash I don't think would take out Roaring Moon. And I don't know if you commit Terra on something that's already so low, but let's see. What was they just Draco? Yeah, Roaring Moon special attack, not too hot. And then now if Miraidon comes out, like, I guess you could Degleam, but you're definitely going to want to Draco this Groudon. But big heals with the leftovers and the grassy terrain. Groudon's here for a long time. There's their Rillaboom. I'm not super concerned about that. We just go here and actually just drop a Protect. Again, playing a little slow, a little passive, but just playing super safe. This gives us a fake out pen. Yeah, there's the wood hammer. Doubling Groudon. Alright. Really trying to get that Fire Terra out of me. I think I U-turn the Rillaboom. I think just double the Rillaboom here. There's the wood hammer. I'm at +2 and I'm a Groudon, so like we're good. Nice, takes out Rilla. They should be doubling the Groudon here if they're still following the script, but let's see. There's that Moonblast in the Groudon. Groudon holds, because Groudon's just ridiculous. Now Dazzling Gleam will take out, but we'll at least be able to get rid of the Miraidon's electric terrain with Rillaboom. And we do still have Terra on the Volcanion, that being Ground Terra, so, you know, it's good. I don't hate bringing Volcanion out here. Sunlight fades. Yeah, there's the Miraidon. I'm assuming this is probably Choice Miraidon, which is why they're trying so desperately to get this Groudon off the board, but we don't really know, so we're just going to double protect. See what Terra they got. See who they go after, and that'll kind of inform us as to where we want to drop our Terra. Because if you're just going for D-Gleams, I might just Fire Terra this Groudon. Electric Terra. Okay. Odd choice. Discharge. Cool. It's gonna be some good damage into your own Cresselia. Almost all the damage into your own Cresselia. Alright, we go ahead and Ground Terra this and Heat Wave, and we just go ahead and swap this right out into the Rillaboom. Just in case they do want to just switch it up and go for D-Gleam. Since I'll be neutral into D-Gleam, I don't resist it anymore with the Volcanion. I want to really kind of cut that damage mitigation down. And I don't really need the defense boosts, so. Big Ground Terra Volcanion. Yeah, there's Discharge. Might take out their Crest. Nope, not quite. Moonblast into Rilla. Doesn't even take out Rilla. Who are we missing on? Missing on Miraidon. Of course, you know the Monwet we actually want to hit. Cool. Should be pretty sealed up. Just Heat Wave. Fake out. Battle's canceled. GG's. Let's get another one. Alright, we got a Lunala Miraidon team. These teams are always really tricky to deal with. Obviously, Groudon's good. They can go Tailwind, they can go Trick Room. We could just go Screens, to be honest. And start setting up with like Groudon, Volcanion type stuff. The Grassy Seeds is okay into Ursa. Incense not super needed here. I'm assuming that's Urshifu water. So I think like screens just has a lot of value here. Even though like screens, Ensign, cause we got knock. So like screens, Ensign, Rilla, Groudon could be really good. I don't love it. It's a little bouncy, a little too passive for me, but let's try it out. See what we can get done here. Alright. Lunala Miraidon. Standard stuff. Grimmison. Everybody's just trying to be annoying to everybody. Alright, so we pretty free light screen into Parting Shot. I'm not going to worry about Fake Out. I'm not going to worry about knocking off that Lunala immediately because I'm sure it's going to Fairy Terra. Could be leftover, so it might be worth getting rid of. What actually is kind of nice is to go like light screen, knock here, in case they want to Trick Room switch in the Ursaluna. Get rid of that Flame Orb. It's a pretty standard play for Lunala Miraidon. Volt switch out, you know? Or just hard pivot. Yeah, because you're afraid of the Fake Out. There's the Ursa. We're just going to go ahead and get the light screen up. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of that Flame Orb real quick. Thank you. Yeah, you don't need that damage boost. Thanks. Have a nice day. Alright. Trick Room's up. We get Reflex. We could Terra. Could just Parting. I don't think I really need my Terra on anything else. So I'm going to Terra here and Parting this Ursa. Just because Headlong Rush still really hurts. And this obviously makes it to where they can't, you know, do anything besides that, but it's not super effective. Now they can Moongeist being my Ensign, but I'm not as worried about that, weirdly. Because I do have Foul Play with the Grim, and Grim can kind of wall Lunala to an extent. I mean, obviously Moonblast, but can only do so many things in one turn. Alright, so this Ursa's not a happy camper right now. Let's come in with Rilla. Let's see what this Lunala wants to do. It could be just Moonblasting one of the either Ensign or the Grimmsnarl. Yeah. Decent amount of damage. Special attack drop, never lucky. Alright. More than likely Ursa protects here. We're going to Foul Play. And I think we just U-turn this Lunala. I would wager Ursa either protects or goes into Miraidon. Either way, I think we're okay. Headlong Rush isn't going to do a lot. Facade's going to do a decent amount, but not like an ungodly amount, so. Yeah, there's Miraidon. Big U-turn off, break the Shadow Shield before Grim comes in hard with that Foul Play. I'm fine bringing Groudon in here. You might be Moongeist beaming this spot, but I don't think you do that much to Groudon. Groudon's pretty bulky. Foul Play doing great chip there. They just reverse the Trick Room back, but we have a Groudon on the board, so like, do we really care? You can Draco. Yeah, they are lefties. Logic. We got not full turns of terrain, but we got a lot of terrain. I think we just go ahead and just continue foul playing there. Actually, let's go Rilla here. I'm honestly going to drop a Protect. That way we get a fake out pin, because I'm assuming this Maraudon's going to want to go for something like a Draco. Because they got to get rid of this Groudon, because it's going to become a problem. Lunala could have Wide Guard. I also want to kind of scout for that, because I don't want to get caught out on that. Yeah, there's the Wide Guard. Cool. Volt Switch Rill is not going to do a whole lot. Alright. There's Ensign. There's the big bully. I'm U-turning. And I'm just going to click Precipice Blades. I think you fake out Groudon. Let's see how you want to play it. You could Wisp the Groudon, which would be slightly problematic. But I really don't want to Terra because I really kind of need my ground typing against, you know, this Groudon. Yeah, there's the fake out. And the Moongeist Beam. How much we doing? It's decent chip. Get on out of here. Alright, so we know that the Grim is slower. Which means it's the Lunala is probably faster than the Ensign too. Someone come in here with Grimmsnarl. Go ahead and foul play there. Go ahead and get a bulk up off. You might try and read a Protector. You might just try and Parting Shot out on the Groudon. Like a Wide Guard Parting Shot wouldn't even be bad. Yeah, there's the Terror on the Lunala. I also thought about Thunder Waving that, which would be a decent play as well, but tried to get a free little knockout on it. But this is fine, because now you can get Fake Outed. There's a knockoff. That's fine, we have grassy terrain for recovery. Chip. Alright, so I'm assuming that means that you don't have Wisp. Which is kind of nice. How much speed investment do we have on this Groudon? Yeah, not a whole lot. I'm fine, I think, actually coming in Ensign here to get a try and get a fake out pin up. And we'll just go ahead and heat crash this Lunala. There's the Ursa. Get this Ensign in, get an Intimidate on this Ursa. This Ursa's just the saddest Ursaluna that you ever did see. No Flame Orb, no Guts, keeps getting intimidated. Big Heat Crash, no Terror needed. Lunala down. Alright, so this does give us a pretty nice fake out pin on anything they want to come in, and Wide Guard is gone, so this Groudon's kind of sitting pretty. Miraidon back on the field. No Terra. Are you Cloak Miraidon? I'm just sad if you are. I'm just gonna fake out and Precipice Blades. There's a whole lot you can really do in this situation. I mean, I guess you could repivot in Ensign to get another Intimidate off on the Groudon in like the Miraidon spot, but you still a lot of damage. Like, I'm still a Groudon and that's still an Ensign, you know what I mean? Nope. No pivots. No protects either from that Ursaluna. Which isn't bad. Ursas are pretty defensively oriented, but like, I don't think you're breaking a Groudon. Not at -1. He'll do a lot. Or a little. That's like the least amount of damage I've ever seen an Ursaluna do in my life. Yeah, 'cause we also have Reflect up too. There's that Incineroar. Parting there. Come in with Rilla. Battle's canceled. GG's. Guys, if you've made it this far in the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. As always, have a great day. Peace.